gentlemen, welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G. And that one,
Hey,
his name is Marrell. How are we all
good in
doing today, guys?
yourself?
Marrell, how are you? I am doing absolutely awesome today. Thank you for joining us on Spill the Tea with Alicia G. And that one special guest, which is you, Marrell. Guys, just coming in, share, following, sharing, tapping that screen. Remember, guys, all social media, AliciaGWorld. Hit that bell for notifications, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's get this party started. Marrell, do you want to tell everyone your social media?
Can you hear me? Because I don't know if my service is going out or not. But, okay, so what's up, y'all?
I can hear you.
I'm Marrell Weatherd
Want to tell
here.
everyone?
I've been on the app for about almost 2 years. April will be 2 years for me. I'm a video editor, a makeup artist on the side, and ex-military. So I have a lot of people from my experience that I've just honestly, I'm very just adaptive and versatile to a lot of things. So it's just really, I'm a type of person where if I teach something, and I'm gonna learn it, and then just put a little touch in my own way.
Boom, boom, baby.
Yeah, I'm
I did not know
ex-Navy.
you said military. What line in the military?
No problem.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God, thank you for your services. I had no idea. And anyone, man or woman, who have served his or her country, thank you for your service. All right. So
All
to
my
any
social media
social media,
platforms
you
are
want to tell
Marrell
the
Weatherd,
people?
MarrellWeatherd. That's my name on every platform that they have: Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Cash App. But yeah, okay, everything.
I get that
So
cash in.
yeah, that's all my platforms that I'm on. Oh yeah, and YouTube.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Hmm.
YouTube, I go YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, sure following, sharing, tapping on that screen. Share this broadcast. We can get litty, we can get juicy, a little
Hmm.
bossy, a little BIGO-licious, and spill some tea while we're doing it, y'all. So let's hear
I
about
was
little
born
Marrell.
in
Like, where
Tacoma,
did you grow up?
Washington, but I was raised in Dallas for work. Pretty much all my life. The first 2 years, my mom was ex-military, so she was in the army, and that's how. And then she got out the military and married my father, and
Oh wow.
they moved here in Texas. So, and technically, I have a little sister, but because I was raised by my father the majority of my life, I'm technically the only child to a certain extent. However, I do have a little sister, so.
Gotcha. I'm
Hmm.
an only child, so I know how that is. Okay. Um, Now school life for you. Were you like the popular one? Were
I was a
you the
little bit of
jock? Were you the
everything, like, because I was,
troublemaker?
so, the schools that I went to were very diverse. I've been in over 14 different schools, if you, by the way. Um, when my problem was that I get cool with
Oh,
people and then we'll fall out, then we'll be cool again, then we fell out. So I was always I was kind of a shit starter a little bit, but at the same time, I was also the one trying to keep everybody together. So I was a little mixture of everything. That's how I feel. But I was pretty popular in school, if I want to think about it, because everybody, like, even when I was in high school, especially in high school, I'd be a sophomore hanging out with all the seniors, and the seniors be thinking that I'm a senior and I'm only a sophomore, but because I had a car, I had I always had everything kind of myself. Like, I always had my own money, my own car, my own job. The only thing I didn't have was living on my own until I was like 17, 18. So, but yeah, thank you.
okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Nene.
you.
Thank you, Name.
Okay, were you the one?
Definitely,
Were you like
well,
the
see,
party boy? Like,
I
did
was
you go to the
I was
parties or
always
start the
helping host
parties?
the parties. So for me, like when I was like 15, 16, I didn't have I didn't have the I didn't have the house, but however, my friends had the house, so I would just help them organize the party, and then we just had this big old party with all these crazy ass kids. Oh my gosh, I just think about all that. I just think about that like it was yesterday. It's crazy because I always was the host of the parties, but I never had my own party
Oh,
at my house because I'm not trying to get in trouble with my father.
gotcha. Tell us one like the craziest stories of like a party
Um,
that you were at,
I would say, whew,
hosted.
how far
Spill
do you
the
want to
tea.
go?
Spill that
Do you
tea.
want to go there or do you want to go? Okay, so
Oh, we want to go deep, girl.
because
We want
my
to spill
friend
the tea.
there was this one girl that I was cool with named Dee Dee. She was always 2 grades. She was 2 grades higher than me, and I was a sophomore. She was a senior, but her parents were cool, and they were always trying to make money, so they allow us to host parties at her house. And I never forget it was a New Year's Eve party. Um, I had found a way to like persuade my dad to let me spend the night at my friend's house because my dad would never let me spend the night at my friend's house because he felt like, oh, they are a bad influence and stuff like that. So for that one, I don't know how I did it, but he was like, sure, go ahead. And so he let me spend the night over there. We had got somebody to get us liquor. I think we had one of her family members get us liquor. So we made some vodka filled gummy bears, Jello shots, um, requiring people to, if you don't have money, you have to bring in a bottle, and it has to be at least a liter or bigger. So yeah, that was back in the day when it was New Amsterdam and all that stuff. Yeah, I was that kid.
Oh,
You have to bring something in. You have to either give $10 to $15, depending on who it is, or you have to bring a bottle. Um, we we end up getting more than almost 100 people in the house. I didn't think that we was gonna have. I didn't think it was gonna get that big. And
oh
then
my God.
we had separate room. We had distinct rooms on where people can go. Like so, there's a shed. Like for example, for people that if they wanted to smoke or do any of their festivities inside that room, cool. But then you had the jocks, the rich, like the bougie kids. They were paid to take that whole room for themselves. And so I found out one of my friends named Christian Luna, I'll never forget him. He bought the room and then we go to the back, we go to see what he was doing in the room. I'm thinking that he just maybe either just smoked some weed or maybe trying to just like have some quiet space to mess around with his girl, whatever. I found out him and a dude named Will over here doing coke in the room. So I'm like, what is our rule about
Oh,
drugs? Like they like, well, as long as they don't OD, they ain't got nothing to do. I said, okay, well then you know what? I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm gonna
oh,
go. I'm gonna just go. And then I had invited this one dude that I was talking to at the time. He didn't know I was only 16, going on 17. So, but he was like 19, 20. So he brought a bottle. He brought a big ass bottle of New Amsterdam at the time, and so I'm over here trying to talk him into giving me the bottle. So what he's doing is making me. He's like, "I'll pour you some. You ain't taking this bottle, basically." So I'm pouring I'm pouring, trying to get the bottle, fuck around, and I end up drinking half the bottle with him by myself. We so I checked to make sure
oh my
the
God.
party and everything was going good, and the people that was helping me take care of the party, they was like, "We good." I was like, give me like 10, 15 minutes." Basically, I was trying to go hook up with the dude. So I end up leaving the party, walk down
Oh,
the block or whatever. And we end up like he had a friend apparently in the front seat in the car, waiting, watching. Like I guess not, he didn't want to come into the party, so he just watching the car basically and just being a friend by like driving him home and shit like that. We get in the back seat, whatever. We start making out, and I almost had sex with him. I almost gave him head, and then so when I had I was about to do something, my stomach said, "Oh," I said, "Oh no!" So I had to. I ran. I was like, "Hold on, let me get some air real fast." Man, I try to do that so swiftly and walk out and try to like low key go throw up, end up
oh
just
my
throwing
God.
up like in like right next to the car. Um, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm drunk. I can't even lie. But I still gotta help host this party, so we're just gonna plan for another day. So we that happened or whatever. It's like it's right before New Year's. We only had like 10 more minutes before New Year's. Um, somebody was trying to um, somebody was trying to steal something out of the house apparently. So when we find out, because there was certain areas that was blocked off because her parents were in the house. Her parents were in the house, so they were just in different rooms.
Oh,
So we go to the bathroom, seeing why, like, what's going on. We find out two people phones got stolen because we had this room for like the coat room basically because it was cold outside. So we had an area where people can put like the people that we were close with that they can put their purses and their personal items inside this room. Just to find out somebody had snuck over there to the room and didn't make sure that they closed their stuff. So this girl named Lydia, she was supposed to be part of the party too, helping us out. But she was all booed up with this dude that later on I found out that my friend at the time, Kiana, was messing around with while she was with him. Um, yeah, that's why I said I low key had a euphoria. I low key had a euphoria. Like that's why I be laughing at
wow.
euphoria because they would be like, euphoria is so dramatic. I'm like, no, them people were doing drugs in my school. So and we was just shocked. Like we was like, wow, like okay, we get it. So it was like 10, 15 minutes. I mean, it was like 5 minutes left, and we was like, let's at least just do the Happy New Year stuff. Cool. So we did a Happy New Year's. I threw up in the sink. I I threw up in the sink
Oh my
right
god.
before trying to do it low key, but it was so many dishes in there, so some of that was mixture of vomit and dishes. And so I felt so bad. So I had the next day when
Oh
we
my
like the
god.
next day I had to clean up all that stuff, whatever. But we end up having still all these vodka filled gummy bears, all these Jello shots still. We was like, what do we do with these? Like, what are we gonna do with this? Like, we gave them all, like, because everybody in that house was drunk. We got everybody in that house drunk, and picture this house is
I
only
can
like a
tell.
3 bedroom, 1 bath house. So the fact that we was able to fit over 100 people in and out, it shocked us. And then like around like 1:30, this weird when the cops finally been called saying that hey, it's too much. It's too like the parking was horrible. So
Oh.
that's when we learned that was like our first party that we did there. So the next time we had a party, we made sure they don't even park on the street at all. They have to walk to the house. But yeah, that was crazy.
Brought you down.
Would I host a party like that again?
Oh my
If I had a
goodness.
bigger house, yes, but it was just crazy because we was like 15, 16, 17, and then we was trying to get all these grown ass people in there so that we can get free liquor. Um, but they didn't know that we were that young. That was the messed up part is that we was everybody was lying their age in there. Everybody was saying they were 18 plus because we didn't we wanted to act like we was grown. So people were smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, hell, apparently hitting bumps. Um, one person to one, I don't know why this person came, but he took a drop of acid. Um, and I'm just like, girl, why are you? I'm like, why are you here if you tripping just for you to sit down doing this? Like,
My goodness. Marrell, you are a
but
party
yeah,
man. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, you're following Sherry, tapping that screen. We're spilling some tea here with the one, the only party
yeah,
man, Marrell himself. So we know he's
y'all
definitely a
came a
party
long
boy.
way.
Let's back it up here. Came a long way. Okay, so we'll calm it down a little bit. So military.
I got in the
How
military
did you get
right
in the
after I got
military life?
graduated high school. I graduated school class of 14. When I felt like it was time for me to go because at the time me and my dad was kept bumping heads, and because I was trying to live in my truth, which me being a gay black male or whatever, I know that he's very homophobic. So for me, I was just like, I said I'm just like, Dad, I'm thinking about moving out. What about me moving out? He's like, oh, you can get the fuck out now. You probably sucking somebody's dick anyway. I'm like, okay, got it. So that means you just don't want me to you don't really care. You basically saying it
Oh
is what
my
it
god.
is. So when I finally left, he was shocked at the fact that I left, which is weird because I'm like, you literally said you don't care about my being, so why would you be mad if I'm not here no more? And so when I finally was thinking about moving out, I was like, I don't want to ask my parents for any financial assistance when it comes to school or anything like at all. I didn't want nothing. I mean, I was cool with my mom, but me and her, we bump heads too. Because I just came out to her literally a week and a half before I had tried to ask my dad, hey, what do you think about me moving out? So me and her was on the same page, and yeah, I decided to. I was working at Quick Trip at the time, and these people offered me to stay with them, and they was like charging me on like a certain small fee. So I was like, well, shoot, I'm gonna take advantage of that. And so I did. That the last day of school, I had applied. I went to the military recruiting office. Got an ASVAB score. They said cool. In December, I got in, and March is when I got shipped off. And honestly, it's I was like 18 going on 19, and that was like the best choice I ever did because the Navy changed my life. I was able to travel around the world. I got crazy stories about that too. Um, it's just like I said, it's just something I had to do for myself, and I had to take that push myself because even when I went to the military, my mom was scared for me to go, but she knew that I could handle it. My dad, he wasn't even in the picture at the time. So when I got sworn in and went to MEPS and went to boot camp and stuff like that, I didn't hear from him for like until like my year and a half, going on 2 years in the military. When I was in, that's when I finally got a word from him, I guess. But
Wow.
no here, no there.
Oh, thank you for your services. Seriously, that goes out to any man and woman who have
Hmm.
served his or her country. Thank you for your services.
I'm
You
6'2",
are
so yeah, I'm
brave.
pretty
Are you
tall.
tall? You look really tall. You look. Oh my goodness.
Well,
I'm even
at least I'd
kidding.
be able. At least if I ever had to carry you, it'd be an easy carry. Just run, just grab you and run.
Right?
But
Right?
yeah,
Right? Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Um. So
I
you're in
was
the
in for four
military.
years,
How long were you in the military for?
but I was gonna go back
Did your
in once
time
I get
like
my degree in
go?
December. I get my degree, my bachelor's degree in business accounting in December. So then I go back in as an officer. Hmm.
Oh
Thank
wow!
you.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Do you have a crazy
Woo!
story you want to share about
Okay,
the military?
so
I didn't know you were in the military, so
I
I
will
was new.
never,
The
ever,
craziest
ever,
crazy
ever,
story.
ever, 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 ever forget this story. So we was on deployment. This is deployment 2017. Um, my first deployment because I went on two deployments. I went on literally back to back. So 2007, 2018 is when I went on both of my deployments. So we get ported into Greece because we get ported into Greece early because they had to replace one of the engines for the boat because I was on a carrier. I was on the biggest boat that they had. It was like 5,000 people of us on there. Um, so
Okay.
they let us off and let us have liberty, and the I couldn't find nobody as my Liberty partner. You have to have a Liberty partner in order to get off the boat. Liberty partner means you have to have at least one person up to 3 to 4 people in your group. Well, tell between 2 to 5 people in your group.
Okay.
If you don't, you can't get off the boat. So what I did was because I couldn't find someone, I'm thinking I called my friend. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna meet y'all in the city because you have to take a bus. You have to take a bus to get there, and you have to take a bus to get there, and the bus takes about 30 minutes to get to the city from the boat. So you have to request to get off. You have to sign off. You sign off under somebody's name or a group. Then you have to go to the get requested to get off the boat. Then you have to take a bus to get into the city. So that's a whole process just to get off the boat for liberty. So I called my friend ahead of time, like, hey, I don't have no living partner, but I'm gonna sign under you and meet y'all out there. Okay, cool, no problem, got you. So I first off, strike one, signing for somebody else that I really don't know like that. Wrong. Two, getting off the boat without a Liberty partner. Three, going into the city without a Liberty partner. That's like the biggest, 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 biggest no. You never supposed to do nothing like that. So, so I get, so,
That is a bad boy, mind you. A bad boy, too.
so I went, so
Bad,
I
bad,
get down
so
to the
bad boy.
city. So I finally get down to the city and everything
Spanky,
like that.
spanky.
And I finally find him. I'm like, where were y'all at? Like, I've been trying to look. Like, I had to find him at the same place that I always go to all the time out there because it was like the second or third time I've been there. So we go out. I go out there. I'm like, I gave up looking for him because I've been looking for them all like for about 45 minutes to an hour out there. Finding out that they just went to a restaurant up the hill. And so I'm like, hey, where y'all been at? Oh, well, I said I signed under y'all. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm with you guys and my Liberty people. She was like, what are you talking about? Finding out she's already drunk, so she don't even know what she's even talking about. So she don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm like, are you serious? So I was like, you know what? And then I looked up because I went back to my group of people that I was cool with already, and I linked up with them while I was waiting on them to find them. They leave again. I'm like, where? I'm supposed to be with y'all. I'm signed under my name under you guys. So I'm trying to find out where you guys are, and y'all
Oh
pretty
my.
much just left me again. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna have these hoes ruin my time out here. Especially, I'm not gonna be sitting on a boat. So, man, I just partied, 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 drunk, 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 drunk. They kept because I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was just popular or they just loved me. The bartenders will every shot that I get, they will match me a shot. So I asked for 8 shots, they give me 16. I asked for 10 shots, they give me 20. Or
Oh my god.
and matter of fact, let me see if
Oh
I
my
even
god.
still got some of the pictures. Yes,
Did you even. Did you drink it all?
yes,
Actually?
that's what messed me up.
Oh my god. Maybe just because, like, you're the military man, maybe. Just, like,
Yeah, but I think
the
it was also
thing to be in
because
the
I was
military.
always
Like,
like
the
bringing, cause like
yes.
so what I would do was I was always promoting their businesses in some weird way, and I didn't even realize I was promoting them like that. So because I would be like, hell y'all go to this bar over here, it's popping, y'all, it's popping. So I have like I have like give me 30 of those cards that you got. Watch me bring about 40 people in here. Literally, I would bring like 40 people over there in there just for them to come in there and it gets packed. So so I'm trying to find the
Oh
footage because this is crazy because I literally have it right here. Here it is. But it's just crazy. It's just
Wish
crazy
your
at the fact
following
that
ship.
I did
Captain
all
that
that and we
screen.
had a 10 p.m. curfew. We had to be back on the boat at 10 p.m. And when you get back, so we was drinking from maybe like 10:30 in the 9:10:30 in the morning, all the way until about 9 8:30 because you gotta get back on the boat. So it's a whole like damn near hour process just to get back on the boat. Um, Surprisingly, no.
You, like,
So what
crawling
happened was
in the
I
boat?
got
Like,
really, 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 really drunk around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Me and my homegirl, we walked into the because we was taking advantage of these free beers they offered. There's like a boot beer, it's like in a big boot. That's the way that the glass is made. And so we
oh
thought,
my
okay,
goodness.
let's go to this club right here, and we're gonna sneak in because a lot of people came. We're not even supposed to go in this club. They banned it because apparently a lot of our shipmates were fighting in there, and so they was like it's not safe. There was like 10 people fighting. Um, and so that happened, and then we get in there. She literally get the car order out. She ordering a drink. I go to the bathroom up the stairs, and I'm throwing up laid. Apparently I didn't even know I was laid out in the bathroom. I was throwing up laid out in the bathroom, and my homegirl Leah was like, they get a notification saying, hey, I think your friend is in the bathroom sick. He got to go. He can't be in here. So they kick us out basically. So I'm over here like, I'm walking. I'm like, I just keep throwing up. Like every time I was walking, I was throwing up in like a small area. Then I was like, I need BC powder. I need BC powder. I need BC powder. So I just kept saying that. And when we finally got the BC powder and I drank some water, she was like, let's just go to this restaurant that's outdoor, this outdoor restaurant. Just sit down right there and just try to help you recover up a little bit, sober up a little bit. So she ordered me I think it was a burger and some fries, which is so good. That food out there in Greece is amazing. I go to the bathroom, I think 2 or 3 times, and of course throwing up, taking a little breather, like trying to just get all this out of my system. About 35, 40 minutes later, she's like, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good now. And literally somebody buy me a drink and I go back and I go dance. I end up going right, and we end up instead of us just going back into the place. She was like, I need you to sober up, bro. Because first off, I'm only 20 years old. I'm not even supposed to be drinking. They don't allow. Our boat rule was if you're not 21 and up, you can't drink. Even though the country don't trip about drinking ages, because the legal age out there to drink in Greece was like 16, 16, 15. So they don't care. They're gonna still serve us anyway. God. And I always act like I was over 21. I was always acting like I was just a grown one. So I'm drinking. I'm literally buying shots for my officers that is in charge of me and everything. I was like, come on, let's go take a Jägermeister shot. He was like, Trader, because my old name was Trader before I changed it to Weatherd. Trader, come on now, like you really wanted to give me. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you and him. I should get both of y'all. I'm over here buying shots after shots after shots, and then so it's time to go. I've danced all of it. I danced my ass off. So we literally heading home, and I felt nauseous. I was like, give me a trash bag. Just give me a trash bag, because we going off of hills, like cliffs, just to get home. And the cliffs are it's just a motion sickness. Like, oh, I need a trash. Give me a trash bag. Just give me a trash bag. So I throw up in the trash bag. However, Mr. Special Ed, I think I accidentally spilled the trash bag on my brand new cardigan that I just bought. It was a $150 cardigan, and it's vomit all over it. I literally looked at that and I was like, "Are you serious? I really just messed up my expensive jacket." It was to the point where I was so mad. Instead of me just washing, I just threw it away. I just threw it away. But so when I got back on the boat, because you got to go through a metal detector. You first got to park. They first got to park the bus. Then you got to go through a metal detector. Then you also got to go through. Then if you want to hurry up and get something to eat real fast, there's a little pavilion that you can get, like a place called Canteen. You can go get food there and then go on back on the boat, because you have to walk up like three flights of shaky stairs just to get up onto the boat, and then you got to take a ladder well just to cross the boat. Then so I get on the boat. I'm pushing time, like it's already like by the time I get back to the boat, it's like 9:58, and I'm trying to hurry up and get to the area so I can sign in and everything like that. Find out these bitches already ratted me out, saying he wasn't with us the whole time. I don't even know why he even in here. I'm like, oh my God, I'm finna to go to Captain Smash. I'm finna to go get in so much trouble. By the grace of God, it was my chief that was in charge of watching the people come in. She was like, is he in here? Was he here on time? Yeah. Okay, well, I don't care right now. I'm trying to get us in. I'm trying to get everybody else in. So you low-key just say in my head, I'm like, you low-key just saved my life without even having me to explain. So I'm over here lying saying, yeah, I was with them. Yeah, I was with them. And then he over here snitching to his leading petty officer, telling him, oh, he was never with us. We only saw him a couple times. He didn't come out on Liberty with us. Why are you snitching on me when I live? literally had told your homegirl what we were trying to do. So I almost got in huge trouble, and I almost got because there's
Oh
this
my.
rule called liberty risk. Liberty risk means you can't either you can't get off the boat, you can't or you can't get on. You have to be with a higher ranking person, even though in order to go out. So if I would have got put on liberty risk, I would have got put on
Mhm.
liberty risk red. Red means you can't go nowhere, you can't get off the boat, you can't do nothing. You're stuck on the boat while everybody's out in town in the country just having fun. So I almost got put on liberty risk for that. Luckily, because I was such a decorated sailor. I had a good record. They kind of brushed the situation down.
Mhm.
But then the next day, my leading petty officer was like, "Bro, you really could have got us all of us in trouble. Like 12 people in the chain of command, all of us in trouble for that."
Oh my
I was
god.
like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah." And I know you didn't. I know you didn't go with nobody. You was out there on the town yourself. I was like, "But I thought I already talked to you." It's like, still, because what if you wouldn't have came back out? Then what would have happened? I was like, "You're right. My apologies, still. My apologies, petty officer." And he's like, "Yeah, don't let that shit happen again. Because I could literally I could report you right now, but I don't want to ruin my liberty." I was like, "You're right. You're right. So we're gonna brush it down the rug. Cool." So I got away with that one, and I think that was the biggest thing to this day that I can honestly say that I literally almost messed up my whole career, and that was just the first port. We went to over 7 different ports. We went to Greece, Bahrain, Dubai, Israel, London, Ireland, um, um, Egypt. That's what I said, we went to all these countries. So I would have messed up that one time, could have ruined my whole deployment.
Oh, bless you, Marrell. Bless you. Okay, so we know you're a party boy. You're a military man. How did you get
Honestly, I
into
was
hair and
21 when
makeup?
the funny part is
How?
that I
Like,
put on my first thing of makeup on, well, no, I take that back. I started with just playing with my brows on deployment. And I was like, I actually like doing my brows. My brows be snatched. Everybody be always giving me compliments. So I was like, okay, I'm thinking of. So when I turned 21, I was like, I want to beat my face. And literally that same day is when I had got my full face beat for my birthday party and everything like that. And I just started enjoying makeup. It was to the point where I was trying to put it on at work in the military, but I can't because they don't play that really out there like that. They're more lenient now than when they were 3, 4 years ago. But it's just crazy because now it's like
mhm.
I started playing with makeup 21. I'm 25 now, so about almost about 4 years now.
So, and you said, if I remember,
Okay,
you said
so what
something about
happened was when I got
pageant.
out the
How did
military.
pageants
So when I got out the
like
military,
build the
I
tea?
was just trying to find something that I can just do, and I was cool with this drag queen named Tamar J. Parrots. And so she was taking me all over the scene and like the gay scene and the like her where her drag shows and stuff like that was. And I started getting really like fascinated on like I was like, I want to beat your face one day. So I finally beat her face, and she actually liked it and actually was critiquing me a little bit because she can beat her face in like 45 minutes. But for me, I was like a perfectionist, so it would take me like an hour, 2 hours. And so she taught me little maneuvers to cut down on it. And so then after her is when I started. That's when I met my homegirl Nay, Mackie Nay, that was actually in here. She was in a pageant. Me and her met each other through school because I started school, and she told me she had a pageant. She showed me her makeup that the lady did. I was like, and I was down the street. Literally woke up, saw the makeup, and I said, I did one of these. I'm on my way. I'm
Now,
not
do
a
you
hair. I'm
just
not
do the
hair.
makeup, or do
Because if
you
I was
also do the
hair,
hair?
yeah, I just do makeup. But
You just do
I
makeup.
I've been trying to get into hair, but I'm already I don't even want to do my own hair. So yet alone me doing somebody else's hair. So I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do makeup. And so for her pageant, the woman Nate's pageant, her when I fixed her face up and everything like that, and a lot of people was like, "Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I need a gay best friend like him. I need him to do my makeup." I'm like, no. And literally, she saw so this lady that was in her pageant was like, "Oh y'all." I look. She saw the face that I did. She was like, "Oh yeah, y'all too fired. You just fired your hair and makeup team
Oh my.
because of somebody else's look like that." I just looked. I was like, because my face was beat too. So they was like, "Ooh, your face is sharp. Your eyebrows are snatched. Your lashes are cute. The eyeshadow's popping. Your contour was beautiful and everything like that." And they just kept giving me
Mhm.
compliments. However, she only ended up placing third because I guess her speech didn't give her enough points, so that's why she didn't win the pageant. But she later on, I find out that the pageant was
Mhm.
bootlegged anyway. It was because the person that was supposed to win was supposed to have got a trip to Dubai and didn't even never get the money or the ticket. So it was just, it was a whole
Oh
scam,
my god.
and just to be around, just to get money from the African people. It was like an African theme pageant. And then with the drag queen, when I did her makeup, she was teaching me. Look, she taught we cause we what we did we pre-did her makeup the first night, well the night before, so that we can time and see how long it would take for each look, and we had to do a total of 4 looks.
Mhm.
Um, she ended up winning. She ended up winning the pageant.
Oh wow.
Um, However, it was just the stress of literally being in back there. First off, drag queens don't always be the best, the cleanest. So there's not always a clean drag queen. There's always that one drag queen that padding stinks. So picture that. Then on top of that, you got always that loud catty one in the background, and it's always a fight. It never fails. It's always a fight at the pageants. It's not basically a huge fight, but it's always like one of the highest getting into it with either a rookie or someone that's considered almost a legend in the scene. So I'm literally putting this one piece, like this
Mhm.
last part of her lip, because she wanted all her lip to be like diamond studs. I'm over here trying to lightly glue everything on there.
Oh.
These people fighting. I'm over here not even paying attention. They bump into me and almost made me mess up the whole look. So she gets bumped. She gets bumped, and I'm like, bro, like y'all need to chill the
Oh
fuck out.
no.
Who the fuck you talking to? I'm like, dude, do you see this? Do you see this in my hand? I would turn this brush around and do one of these. Y'all better you better ask somebody. I'm mixed military. You better calm that down.
Oh my.
And
Oh my.
so that happened, and I just literally just had to I had to check myself. I'm like, wait a minute, Marrell, you're a civilian now. You're not in the military. You can't be doing crazy things like that. So when I had calmed myself down, I finished her look. They kicked them out. They disqualified out the pageant and everything. And so yeah, and she ended up winning.
Oh
And the
my.
person that ended up doing their makeup, they ended up winning that night. Matter.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah,
So drag
definitely.
queens say really do fight.
They fight. They fight all the time.
Now I don't know if you know this about me, but I grew up doing
Why do
beauty
I believe
pageants
that?
all across the country. Since 11
This
months
is
old, I did
her.
beauty pageants. Yep. Taking, taking. Oh, what beautiful makeup. Oh my god.
And yeah,
Beautiful. And you did
that was
that in
one of
like,
my first looks. And then was this one right here was my favorite one that I did on her. But it was just like I said, I
beautiful.
had to get myself out of my comfort zone, and she was like the first person to help to kind of teach me a little bit about makeup and everything like that. So that's really why I'm grateful for her because she kind of gave me like a tour of the scene, but also at the same time more people to get to know. So and yeah, that's my.
Oh my goodness. Do you have you ever done makeup for any like
Um,
really famous well-known people or?
I think they're considered famous, but I don't really think they. Um, She's in the ballroom scene. Um,
Oh wow.
I think her name is Amaya. Oh yeah, her name is Amaya Scott. She's yeah. So I did hers one time. I didn't take no pictures because I felt like it wasn't that good to me, even though she got shit ton of compliments. Um, I did her one time, and I haven't did her since then, but it was okay. It was just an experience. Um, but that's like the only celebrity I kind of did because she's on TV. She was on Fox. She was on Fox TV back in the day on the show called Star.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you remember that show. It was right. It used to be right after Empire. It used to be the show right after Empire every day. Every I think I don't even remember what that show been gone for so long. So, hmm
I used to love that show, Empire. I remember that show. All right, so you went party boy,
college student.
military man, hair and makeup
Video edit. Well,
artist,
I was video. I've been video
video
editing since I was
editor.
16, 17 years old. I even went to audio advanced audio video production for my school as a sophomore. I was the only sophomore in that upperclassman class that was able to understand how to edit and how to do special effects. Um, yeah, and I literally, when I was in the military, I didn't finally get my first computer until like the middle part of deployment. So I was just using my little old phone, downloading certain apps. I had Final Cut on my phone. I would just make videos and stuff like that. Do edits for certain people, and yeah, I'm still to this day I'm still editing videos now. Matter of fact, I just made a recent post on my actual BIGO actually of what I've done.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have to go check that out. And you said you mainly
I'm
for
trying to get into
YouTube.
YouTube, but I
What
just feel like
exactly?
I'm a
Like
perfectionist, and
video
I feel like you
games,
really
music
need a true
videos?
team that's going to be on your side in order to execute what your dream is for your channel. I feel like you're going to need an editor, you're going to need a marketer, you're going to need someone that also knows how to give give you ideas and like a content team. It's like a content team basically. You need the editor, you need the video person that's going to record you because you could try to record it all yourself, but doing it yourself costs a whole lot more money than just having someone come in and be like, hey, just record for me real fast. Um, I kind of so my very first video I
It's
had
a whole team.
just kind of got to let people know who Marrell Weather was, and I didn't get to do it the way I wanted to, so it was the lighting was kind of horrible, so it made me look like I was just black burnt, and then my lighting wasn't the best, and I was using my own phone, so that's the only reason why I'm like, do I really want to do this right now? And then next thing you know, I found Bigo, and now here we are.
How
So I had
how did you
my
find Vigo?
one of my sisters at the time, like one of my little gay sisters, basically was on here. She got on here back in March, and so I was just now trying to get to know her. So I was like, let me just get to know you through your little app. I remember this person named Mother Tay. I remember seeing like a Twitter clip go viral from him, and I guess he was trolling this one lady with a lazy eye, and he was like reading her or whatever, and I was like, okay, so he's funny. And then I had got on this panel called the Legendary Queens. I didn't know nothing about it at the time. His name was Medicine. Um, I got on his panel and shoot, I knew it was a roasting panel, but I didn't know you roast like that. I've never been around people that just roast all day long, reading. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna just sit here and drink my wine, mind my business, until hopefully wait for them to not say nothing slick and crazy to me. What's up, Sly? So for me, it's like, I'm gonna just sit here and wait, watch the shit, see how it goes, then start getting into it with these people. So when I finally got into that, then I became a host. Me and her got into it, the host, which is medicine at the time. Then I had dropped my badge from her family, and she was mad at the fact that I dropped her badge because I knew how to do numbers, and she knew that. So when I was getting the numbers and stuff fixed, she felt like, oh, because I had dropped her badge to make my own family that I was like being fake and shady to her. So I said, you know what? It is what it is. And then I joined the main subjects. When I joined the main subjects, it was all good and handy dandy until I got into it with this dude named Kevin Jamal. And that's when I went viral. Yeah.
And boom, boom, baby, all after that.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yep. It's so
Guys, girls, you're following, sharing, tap on the screen. Welcome to Spill Tea with Alicia G. Now, one special man tonight, and his name is Marrell, a party boy, a military man, makeup artist, video editor, BIGO man.
yeah.
He does it all, folks. He does it
Like
all.
I said, I'm glad that I came on here though. Like I appreciate you having me tonight though.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Pleasure. Thank you for joining me tonight. And you are a great talker, by the way. You can like hold the room, like you tell me take charge, like yo, Esmeralda, chill. All right. Do you have any
So
piercings,
I actually wanted to get a
tattoos,
prints out when I was like
something
13.
like that?
However, I have never got it yet because every time I brought it to like a partner that I was trying to talk to, they'd be like, "Why would you do that to yourself?" I'm like, "What's wrong?" It's just actually I was gonna get a Jacob's ladder, just one, a Jacob's ladder, and so I used to tell people that all the time, like, I'm about to get that done, but I have my septum pierced, my ears pierced, my tongue pierced, and my nipples pierced.
Oh my goodness.
And I got all that.
Piercings, y'all.
14 with my ears, 15
Any-
for my tongue, 18 for my my nipples, and then I was 20 when I got my septum.
Oh my goodness. I used to have my tongue pierced. I took it out though, well, because I sing, but I actually chipped a tooth. So I'm like, okay, yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like my teeth too much. No, take that out. Alright, any fetishes?
Honestly, I'm really a very freaky person myself. So it's honestly the person that I'm messing around with, depending on if it's a woman or a man. It's just the vibe first gotta be right, and then when I tease people because I know all 22 pressure points of the body. So I would literally start off by either kissing maybe a hip bone, like something simple as that. Start off there, then I hit another access point, then I hit another access point, then I hit another access point, just to figure out if it's either A, feel good, feel uncomfortable, or you're thinking or you're ticklish. So I have to figure out those three things first before I can figure out what I would do to them. But I'm pretty like down for almost anything besides scat, but everything I'm pretty much fair game to. Everything but scat. I don't like shit.
It's all good. We don't judge up in here. Now we're spilling some tea here with Marrell. Are you a boxer, briefs, or commando?
I'm commando right now. Yeah, I'm commando right now. However, I wear briefs. Back when I was a kid, I was wearing boxers because I feel like that's you. I feel like wearing briefs, you bending your penis, so therefore you're making it like you be seeing all these people with the hook. I'm like, it's because you're wearing stuff to compress it. You have to let it breathe. You got to let it just air out. And that was the way my dad raised me. Like he was like, when you go to sleep, or if you're just wearing basketball shorts in the house, you don't wear underwear at all. You just be commando. And then, however, whenever you're wearing certain clothes, because my days always bought me baggy clothes for some reason. When I got older, that's when I started wearing clothes that actually fit me. But he used to always give me such baggy clothes. But I guess because he's blessed down there, he's blessed in that category, I guess. Don't ask me why I kind of got scarred when I accidentally seen it on accident when I was a kid. I'm like, why did I get that blessing? You got a third arm. What happened to me? What happened to me? Y'all didn't see it for me. But then I feel like if I would have had a third arm like him, I would have been a porn star. Definitely. definitely would have been a porn star. I have not did any
You
films
want to tell
yet.
us
I
about
have not even
when
been. I actually have never been recorded yet, or at
okay.
least that I know of. However, I could have. I've had so many opportunities to. I mean, I've messed around with a few porn stars. Ain't going to lie. I messed around with a few porn stars. I messed around with a few porn stars.
Do
Um,
you have a name in mind? Do you have a name in mind for the
ooh,
film star?
ooh,
Your alter ego?
because it was so. I didn't know he was a porn star after I had sex with him. I don't know if I want to put his name out there because I normally would spill the tea. I would spill the tea, but it's like I don't even know if he even.
Oh, we're good.
I'm gonna just say it's. I'm just
You
gonna
can
say
leave
it
out the
starts with a
names.
T.
Leave out the names, boo. Leave
And
out the names.
he used to be known as he used to be on It's Gonna Hurt. That's all I'm gonna give you. That's the only hint I will give you. He was on a porn production called It's Gonna Hurt. If you Google It's Gonna Hurt, you'll see
Oh
which
my
one it
goodness.
is.
You are a wild man. Alright, do you want to tell us about like the craziest date experience
Surprisingly,
you ever
I
had?
haven't had a
I know
crazy
some people are
date. I
questioning where
have
we're
had
at.
a crazy situation when I was 15. I was dating this dude named Ronell, and his and instead of me losing my virginity to him, because I ended up losing my virginity to his quote unquote brother. Um, that because after we broke up, I was cool with his brother, and then his brother took my virginity. So yeah, thank you, Taylor. So for me, it was more of that going on than anything. I think that's the craziest thing I can honestly say. When he found out, he felt some type of way, but it is what it is. I can't really take it back. Thank you. So yeah, it was crazy. Um,
Thank you. I'm so excited.
what else? What else? I haven't had any crazy dates. I've had crazy encounters with people like where they expected something. I guess because of the fact of whenever I was on these day naps, I looked exactly how I was. So they're so used to being catfish a lot, and so they would basically make me feel a little bit
Mm.
uncomfortable because of the fact that they're like, "Oh my God, you actually look like your photo. You're so beautiful. You're so fine." It's like, is this a problem? Is that a good thing or a bad thing that I look like myself? Like, well, I supposed to look like somebody else? And so I was over there. I mean, I would talk to certain people, but they would literally like, I think the only weirdest fetish or weirdest thing I'm turned off on is when you're praying. You like the fact that I'm black and you're feeding on because I'm black. Oh, you should beat me like I supposed to have been one of your slaves. Like, huh? Like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. Like, this is getting weird. You know, it would literally turn me off to the point where I literally have left a few people. I wouldn't get turned on at all, and I literally would just leave. Um, one time I never forget. Oh, I got one. So there was this dude. I went out. I just got from work or whatever like that, and I was talking to him on this app, and he seemed like he was cool people, but it was kind of questionable in the first place because his face is not something I would really go for. So I end up going to his house, sitting, and I get in the house. It's just give me weird vibes because it's like this is the back of the house, and then he's super sweet, by the way, but his house is dirty as fuck. I try to sit down. All I see is roaches roaming around the walls, bugs going in and out, up and down, all around. I was like, can't do nothing. Literally, and one time, and when one of the roaches had tried to climb on my shoe, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. So we're gonna sit outside. I sat outside, and we had a conversation. He was cool people and everything, but his face, when I saw him in person, it turned me off. However, his personality was amazing. It's just like his face remind me of Sloth from Goonies. I'm not even gonna lie. It reminded me of the sloth from the Goonies. All I just kept thinking in the back of my head is rude, rude. So, but other than that, it was like I talked to him for a couple more times, a couple more days after that, but then I just stopped talking. I just cut him off and just blocked him, kind of. But yeah, I've had a crazy life, and then I'm about to go out tonight in like 35 minutes. I'm gonna go right outside again, 35 minutes. So that's why I'm actually even dressed. Otherwise, I would be in a regular shirt. So.
You're looking good. You're looking good, Marrell. You're looking great. You're looking all dazzled up, dolled up tonight. I want to say, what would you say your favorite question?
What was my crazy encounter in the military? Because I love that story. That story is like I'm gonna be telling that to my grandkids, my great grandkids, my aunties, uncles. That's like to this day one of my favorite stories because like bro, I really could have gotten into huge, huge, huge trouble, and I just look back at it and I can laugh about it. Like because the people that were around me knows that when I told them what was going on, right when it happened, it's like, bro, you really fucked up. You really gonna get in trouble for this. And I never got in trouble because I was just waiting. For like I waited. Okay, didn't hear nothing about it for about a week later. Okay, didn't hear nothing about a month later. Cool. Oh, when I was in the military, I had took a risk and I smoked my first blunt in the military, and I was not supposed to do that. So what happened was we literally had it was a Sunday, and I think I hit it a couple times or whatever. And so that Tuesday, we get into the school, we get into the base. I get a phone call saying, "Hey, bro, they doing your analysis on the department." I'm like, "Oh my god, wait a minute, they're doing your analysis." So I'm stressed out trying to like figure out what can I do to push myself off from this urinalysis. I'm drinking the one time, right? The one time,
The one time
when I was in Israel and did not have to worry about no piss test or nothing. But I guess because I wasn't, you also had to think about it too. I was working out too. Plus on top of that, it was only like I hit it a couple times, and so I was like fine. So I'm like, okay, cool. I passed that one. Man, I was stressed out. I even told one of my higher ups on the cool, like, hey, I smoked on the cool. You think I'm gonna be screwed? He's like, the only thing you can do is just pray that they don't come find you because apparently they only test 20% of the samples. They don't test all. So it's like 100. It's like 115 people in my department. So they only tested about 40 of those samples. And I'm thank God wasn't one of those when they tested. And so I'm like worried. I'm like, okay, have you heard anything? I'm asking I'm asking the drug people, everything. Have you heard anything? No. Haven't heard anything? No. Okay. A month later passed. I was like, okay, well then fine, I'm good now. Because it takes only from like 10 days to get a response. If they would have found something positive, then I would have had to retake the test. Thank you, Nene. Thank you, Boo. I had to retake the test, and then I would have to go through an evaluation and and all that bad process. I would have gotten in trouble regardless. So that was another near miss that I had. So but I was so good in the military that when I get in trouble, they would look past it. So that's the only reason why, because I was qualified in so many qualifications as an E. I think I was only E2 at the time, but I was qualified all the way up to E5 because I had all their certifications. And so they would come to me to ask me for my notes and stuff like that, and then I would take advantage of them. Like, okay, well, if you got notes, I need some. I want to eat. I want certain things on the plate, like for food and stuff like that. I was always eating good. Like I ate good. I ate like 3 to 4 times a day, and they would literally make me personal plates to the point where it was like I don't have to wait. People that were higher up would get mad at me because I was walking right past their ass while they waiting in line for fucking 30, 45 minutes. I'm literally just going get my plate. Hey, how you doing? And they just like fucking traitor. So yeah, that was really more like that's why I said that's why I'm going back. I'm going back. It's been a few years, but it's time to go back because I had too much fun. But it's just now I'm in a different area in my life. So now my wisdom is
Seriously.
gonna come in a little bit. So I'm gonna have a little bit more common sense and a little bit more obedience to yeah.
Mhm. Susie, best of luck in each and everything you do and your new journey going back into the military. And once again, thank you for your services. Is there anything you'd like to tell the people that upcoming events or
Next for
anything
next
that you
month,
want to
I'm gonna be
share?
doing some big raffles. I'm gonna start off with $100 raffle, a 200, and then the following week I'm gonna think about doing a $250 raffle, and then close to the end of the month, I might be doing a $300 to $400 raffle. Cash apps. So I'm gonna make a flyer for it. I'm just in the process of just trying to figure out how do I want to do it. Um, I appreciate everybody that's came over here and actually got to talk to me. I appreciate everybody. Y'all be sure to follow me because I'm one of a kind. Like I be trying to tell y'all, but when I say that, I don't be trying to sound too cocky because I know my personality is one of a kind, and I know people is gonna like you, they're gonna love you, or they're gonna hate you. And I mean, I'd love to be hated on. That's entertaining to my ears a little bit. So thank you, Nene. So for me, it's like you gonna hear one thing, and I'm also a very good person. Like when it comes to talking and having a communication with someone, I would like to hear your opinion, your differences, to enlighten me on what something I might not even know. And that's what a lot of people don't be understanding about me. So they just think that it looks so mean, it looks so aggressive. I'm like, I'm really not. I'm just really just nonchalant at times. I don't open up until I feel like it's an opportunity to open up. If that makes any sense.
Well, you spilled the tea with us, boo. You
I
spilled
had
that
to.
tea.
I had to spill a little tea. I had to spill a
And
little
you got
tea.
a
That's
smile
a
on your
little
face
something,
the
something, just
whole
a little,
time.
little squeeze.
Just a little.
Mm-hmm.
We got to know the
See?
real Marrell. I gotta take a screenshot with
All
you,
right.
but we gotta say boom
All
boom
right.
baby on three together. Are you ready?
Boom, boom,
One,
baby.
two, three. Boom boom baby. Let's get that screenshot. Ooh, that was a good one.
No,
I wish you the absolute best in each and everything. Bless you and thank you
thank
so
you for
much for
having me,
joining
because
us on Spill the Tea. You're awesome
I'm just really
and
glad that I was
amazing.
offered the opportunity. 'Cause
Thank you.
I've seen a few of your boom your shows. That was fun. That's why I said I had to shake it up a little bit. Like let me go ahead and get something that I probably haven't really spilled like that. But yeah, there's more to come. Y'all see me again.
Amazing job. So, we're gonna see you back. Marrell, bless you. Have fun tonight. Party up.
Okay, girl.
Have a little
It's snowing
burrito
where
for
you
me
at, so
too.
I know
And the whole
I get a
AG
drink
Army.
for you.
Oh, oh my
Yeah.
God, we're getting like 4 more
Mm-mm.
inches. We already have like over 2 feet.
Mm-mm.
I'm so
Mm-mm.
done with the snow. I'm done. I'm done.
But
No
yeah.
more snow, please.
Right. Like I said, because
Security.
I'm about to take advantage of this air. It's like 50 something right now. So I'm like, ooh, that's warm enough for me to go outside. Mm-hmm.
I'd take that. That'd be like summer for us right now. Summer.
Oh,
Be sure to give them a follow, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much,
thank
Marrell. You're
you.
awesome.
And
Bless you, and thank you again for
y'all be
watching.
sure to, and everybody that's over here, be sure to follow Alicia G World. She's a phenomenal DJ, a phenomenal artist. She will make you over here doing the Daisy Duke two step. Um, and yeah, it's all
Hell
love.
yeah.
Thank you though. Thank you so much. I'm finna get off of here and get a couple drinks
Much love.
for the night before I gotta do a lot of stuff, a lot of homework tomorrow because I'm almost done. I got 2 semesters left or 1 semester after this one, and I'm done.
Congratulations and best luck, and truly thank you for your services. You were absolutely
No
amazing, and
problem. I
what
can
a
do this
amazing
for
talk it
hours.
was.
This
Like
is
truly,
something that
thank you.
I can do that all day long. This ain't nothing for me. Nothing but an opportunity to open my mouth. It's funny because like when I think about it, because I had speech last semester, and my professor was like, I feel like you've been doing this for a long time." I'm like, yeah, I've always been the talkative one. It's just That's why I made an A in it. I was like, okay, got it. But
Aw,
yeah, I can't be out again. Life isn't fair.
sure, give him some love, guys. Give him that follow. He's amazing. He's a sweetheart, and all around, just truly
Thank
bless
you.
you. And truly, once again, thank you for your services. And good luck on
Trust
this
me, I'm
new
ready. I'm
journey.
ready for a new journey.
Yes.
I'm ready for some more
Much
journeys.
love, bro.
I'm ready to go out the country again. I miss going out the world. Like honestly,
Oh,
the U.S. really missed out on a lot. Like we stick to only being in the U.S. You're missing out on opportunities to either not only humble yourself, like expand your brain, the culture outside of the U.S. is like so different. And I always recommend everybody at least get out the country at least 2 or 3 times in your life just to see something different. Cause yeah. But all right, Alicia, thank you.
absolutely. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
boo.
Much love, Marrell. Thank you. Oh my God, what an amazing speaker he is. What an amazing show that was. Guys, you just tuned in to Spill the Tea with Alicia G and that one special person, which was Marrell tonight. Party man, military man, makeup artist, film editor, BIGO man, all around an awesome person. And once again, thank him for his services and all the men and women who have served his or her country. Thank you for your services. Thank you for tuning in each and every Thursday. Spill the Tea with Alicia G and that one special someone, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, guys, all social media, AliciaGWorld, www.AliciaGWorld.com. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, more, all Alicia G World. Hit that bell for notifications. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. And boom, boom, baby.